that Chuck is the father of everyone that came after, as far as like the Jean-Claude Van Dammes, the Steven Seagals. Um, oh, what's the buddy's name that everyone loves? He plays in, fuck, I don't remember his name, but I mean, the Jet Lis and the Jackie Chans, probably more on the Bruce Lee side, but I'm pretty sure they know who Chuck was. Everyone knew who Chuck was. I mean, after Chuck came around and doing what he was doing and being the icon that he was, Hollywood wanted to bring any American to do karate to try to be the next Chuck Norris.
You already know what it is. Geeked out. It's your boy Chance.
Yo, what up, Geeked Out? It's your favorite Rebel Rook in the building.
It's Doughboy Fresh, aka Fresh Daily, aka DBF Baby. Please say the baby.
You are now tuned in.
2. Geeked Out. Same pod. Same squad.
Yeah. What's going on, y'all? It's Chance, 1/5 of the Geeked Out squad. Emergency pod, not for the good reasons, but if many of you haven't heard, which I'm sure you have, I've waken up on like 7:45 on the West Coast. But I think by the time you guys hear this or see this, it'll be like 8 or 9ish. But unfortunately, today we have lost a Hollywood icon, Chuck Norris. He passed away at the age of 86. Um, Before I tell you some things about how I feel about Chuck, let me just read you some of his stats, his accolades, his achievements. Chuck Norris' legacy is that of a multifaceted icon who transitioned from world champion in the world of martial arts to becoming a global superstar. And when I say global, it isn't the word that we just use around for people that we want to say, oh, they're kind of important. No, Chuck Norris was global, international, whatever you want to call it, all over the world. Everyone, no matter where you were from, knew Chuck Norris. This is facts. And for the youngins, if you haven't heard of him, this is why I'm telling y'all. He was a world champion 6 times, undefeated, middleweight karate champion. I don't know how to say what he founded. It's like Chun Kuk's Do, founder of his own martial arts, emphasizing discipline and respect. He was the first Western awarded an 8th degree black belt for the Grand Master in Taekwondo. Now, if you want to get to the cinematic stats, which is why a lot of you guys are on the pod, let's go. He had a showdown with Bruce Lee. He starred in Way of the Dragon, 1972, with an iconic Coliseum fight. And this I've actually watched with my dad. And this probably was my first introduction to Chuck Norris. He was an action star, and that's putting it mildly. He was way more than that. Missing in Action, Delta Force, Lone Wolf, Walker, Texas Ranger, The Expendables, pop culture. You know who Chuck Norris was, like I said. You know. Um, he became a viral meme in the 2000s with exaggerated facts about his strength and invincibility. He was a philanthropist, and he Kickstart Kids founded nonprofit helping at-risk youth through martial arts. Okay, so enough reading. This is why I usually don't read. Not saying I don't read in life. I mean, like read scripts and stuff. I'm pretty much just off the hip because I feel like it just don't come out right. But I had to give you his stats. I had to tell you how important Chuck Norris was and why Chuck Norris is who he is. So, like I said, I personally knew Chuck Norris through my father because he introduced me to him when I saw the Bruce Lee movie. Um, I know other people who probably have watched Chuck Norris with their dad, like all the movies, all the TV shows, because Chuck was him. In this world of martial arts and even cinema, there were only two people you look to. The GOAT, obviously, Bruce Lee. We all know this. And maybe one day we will talk about Bruce Lee on the pod. I feel like maybe it may be long overdue. And I should go back and watch a lot of his movies because, it's kind of been a while. But the second one was Chuck Norris. It was Bruce and Chuck. That's all you knew. I would even go to say that Chuck is the father of everyone that came after, as far as like the Jean-Claude Van Dammes, the Steven Seagals. Um, oh, what's the buddy's name that everyone loves? He plays in, fuck, I don't remember his name, but I mean, the Jet Lis and the Jackie Chans, probably more on the Bruce Lee side, but I'm pretty sure they know who Chuck was. Everyone knew who Chuck was. I mean, after Chuck came around and doing what he was doing and being the icon that he was, Hollywood wanted to bring any American to do karate to try to be the next Chuck Norris, and it didn't stick. Only one that came remotely close that I can remember offhand is Van Damme. But other than that, Chuck was the standard. He was him. There was no replacing him. There was no imitating him. You couldn't do it. And I know you're thinking, people saw him and said, "Come on, this guy, he knows martial arts." Yes, he did, and he did it well. He was the embodiment of an action hero. The action movies that we saw, it all was birthed through Chuck. If you've never seen any Chuck Norris movie or Texas Walker Ranger, sounds weird when you say it, right? You should go watch it. He was good in Expendables. He was him. But with that being said, just wanted to come on here, give Chuck his flowers. And for the younger generation, if you do listen to us, we appreciate y'all. Give y'all a little bit of history of who Chuck was and why Chuck was an icon, a legend. And for those that didn't know, then you already know. I think one of the funniest quotes I read, because I even reposted this on my wrestling channel on YouTube. And this one person said, "Death is going to answer to Chuck Norris when he finds him. R.I.P." And another one actually just commented that Chuck Norris doesn't die. He simply decides to go to heaven. Rest in peace, Chuck. Yeah, that tells you that's who Chuck was. Even death was scared of him. So he must have agreed to go. Rest in peace. Condolences to his family. I would tell y'all to go watch and go check him out. If not today, then this weekend. But rest in peace, Chuck. Legend, icon. You already know. Same pod, same squad.
Now tuned in.
2. Geeked Out. Same pod. Same squad.